This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on the zone. Look, he's with me. Big phrase. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you giving me some of your time on what's been probably a busy couple of days media-wise, but when it's a fight like this, you must be really enjoying all of it.
Yeah, do you know what? It's been good. Like, here we go with my old moaning self. It's just not great, the middle of a preparation week, but you know, I think it's also got the juices flowing. You know, seeing everyone here, knowing how big it is. Yeah, like I say, I feel very appreciative and very blessed to be on a card like this. You know, when you come from where I come from and you've done the things I've done, it all accumulated to end up here. This is where we try to end up, and we're here. So a little pat on the back for that. But now it's time to go and really put my stamp on boxing.
Yeah, I guess the press conference just kind of solidifies how much interest there is in this fight. Does it make sense that you two are having this rematch? One of, if not the fight of the year so far. Two big men going at it, to and fro. Make sense?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he can talk about options all he wants. I think we all have them. You know, we all had options, but if I'm honest, I think this fight is one that captured the imagination. I can't go anywhere without someone speaking to me about it. Everyone's got their different opinions, so it made sense for me, and I think it made sense for him as well.
What was you thinking when he was talking about options? I know in an interview he done with us, he spoke about potential for the European title, fighting a fringe level fighter, fighting on a Riyadh season show, not against you. What was you thinking when you was listening to all of these statements?
I just think, so why don't you take it then? The options couldn't have been that good, mate. Do you know what I mean? Let's be real. He's gone with where his best money is. Simple as that. Like, and talk about, for whatever reason, he's gone for where his best money is because he's been told where to go, because he's not the captain of his ship. He's a co-pilot, mate. You know what I mean? He's the second in command. He gets told what he's doing.
I don't want to pinch from other people's interviews, but I couldn't help while we was all in quite a small room hearing you respond to comments he made yesterday. I never felt, and it's not for me to say when I'm sitting in front of you, I never felt like there was some serious bad blood between you two for the first fight. But is there a little bit of ill feeling about certain things that have been said?
No, not
or just
really.
Even the way he's conducted himself, perhaps?
No, not even really, because I don't really get that bored of it. When I call him a dickhead, I just mean it as, oh, he's like, sounds like a dickhead. Like, it's not like I've got no real like energy towards him like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think he says some stuff, and I just think you're either delusional or I don't know who you're trying to impress. Probably, you know, in Ipswich, he's like I say, he's probably the dog's bollocks. He's probably the boyo. You know, he's got a nice car, nice watch, British title, swanning around like he owns the place. Big fish in a small pond, like that. That's the impression I get. You know what I mean? Like, probably you know, the cock of his school, cock of his mates. You know what I mean? The boy. But really and truly, in a real world, he's just a dickhead, mate. Just, you know, just talking bollocks.
Yeah, well, whatever's said between you two, or whatever the feeling's like, is what goes on in the ring that obviously is going to count. How different is this stylistically, or will it be, do you think, from the first fight? I know obviously you can't know until the rounds are done, but how different is this fight?
We'll see what he brings, you know. I might have to adapt. He might have to adapt, you know. This is a fight game, you know. I always say this is boxing is not like a dance routine, you know. You adapt to whatever's there in front of you. So we can have all the tactics in the world, yeah. But I know, and he knows, when he lands on me, I land on him. I want him to land back, and sometimes you got to try and hold it in there because you just get the urge to smash him. But you got to hold it in and do it in the right way.
Yeah. The fans who are listening are going to absolutely love that last sentence. As soon as you both land, we probably know what's going to go down.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've heard it a million times. His white collar background, your elite amateur experience. Do you think that bit of amateur experience is where you lie, or I guess you put yourself in a better place in terms of being able to refrain from just looking at a man and going, right, we're going to war right now?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I've just the experience in general of the amount of times I've been in a boxing ring, like, I can just control my emotions. I've not really, this amateur white collar thing, it gets spoken about a lot. Like, people need to remember, like, I don't go on about it, but I'm fucking proud of what, you know, my career before being a pro. I'm proud of it. So you can't talk it down. He likes to talk it down. I'm proud of it. He couldn't walk two seconds in my shoes. You know, every fighter at the press conference, I can tell you the ones that have done it, and I can tell you now every single other person that was there would have loved to have done it, but they couldn't. That's the top and bottom of it. If you didn't go and represent your country, it's because you wasn't good enough. There's guys up there me, Whitaker, Bivol, Baturbiev. We've done. I've crossed paths with them guys at tournaments in all over the world. Sky Nicholson, Raven.
What is it that it gives you? In terms of what can you? I mean, obviously we can know from looking at people and their amateur background, but what is it personality-wise, or what's the trait that you see when you go, that's actually the guy that I can kind of feel?
What it did for me, it just gave me the experience to go and fight all across the world, different styles, different opponents, different environments. People think that I had it easy. People like, it makes me laugh. People say, "Oh, you had like the silver spoon treatment because you was on GB, you went to the Olympics." If it's that easy, why doesn't everyone go and do it? Because it ain't. It's brutal, and not a lot of people could do it. Couldn't last 2 minutes in my world, in my shoes, back in them days, because let me tell you now, it was fucking hard. You see this professional boxing so far, it's been a fucking doddle, mate, compared to that, let me tell you.
As someone who's never thrown a punch, I will say it didn't look like a doddle at the last one, the amount of punches you both took and you both gave. Just one final one on the actual fight itself. Will there be that sweetness? Because I know you feel like first time it should have been your hand that was raised. Will there be a different sweetness in terms of, yes, you would have won the fight, but almost like a revenge type feeling if you're to get your hand raised in Riyadh?
Yeah. It will be like there's no doubt about it. I think we're gonna have respect for each other either way. Yeah, we're gonna. I don't expect us to have the fight and have any needle, but there's gonna be a nice feeling. There's gonna be a nice feeling. Yeah, I can visualize the shot landing. I can visualise the referee counting. I can visualise my hand getting raised. I really can.
Tell us what shot you're visualising.
No, I can't tell you.
If I turn the camera off? I'm not turning the camera off.
I can't tell you.
All right,
Southpaw backhand.
Just the final one. I want to talk about what we saw at Wembley Stadium between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. You spoke about not being able to walk in your shoes many a fight. I know there's not many, if any, that can walk in the shoes of Anthony Joshua. Just away from the fight, the response that Anthony Joshua has had, the negativity that's been thrown towards Anthony Joshua. Just your take on that, because we've seen a man who has done untold amounts for this British boxing scene.
It comes with the territory, doesn't it? Everyone's going to have their opinion. It's just the way it is. Like, I think he'd be numb to that now. I think, is it deserved or not deserved? It doesn't matter. Everyone's going to have an opinion because it's the world we live in now. You're allowed your opinion. I mean, they say it over social media, don't it? Like, once upon a time, my way of doing things is, if you say something that I don't like, you get a smack in the mouth. But you can't do that in these days. You get locked up and all that rubbish. So, listen, everyone's got their opinion. Like I say, he's been through the mill a lot of times. He's had downs before. Don't get me wrong, it's a big loss. People can say what they want, but I'm sure this week he's still hurting. I'm still sure it's still pissing him off, but I think he'll be back. I just know the character, know the person. I think he ain't gonna go out like that.
Yeah. Do you feel like with an Anthony Joshua defeat, of which there's now been 4, every time there's an Anthony Joshua defeat, there seems to be more of an inquiry than there is into any other fighter's defeat?
Yeah,
we all need a massive open debate.
Yeah, why? How? He just got hit with fucking some massive shots, and they would have kept anyone down. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Just one more from me on Daniel Dubois. What a couple of years he's had.
Yeah, great fighter. Great fighter.
And what performance as well. Serious power behind them hands.
I was on the broadcast for Sky on Saturday, and as much as we could speak about AJ or wanted, I think that moment belonged to Daniel Dubois. And credit to him, credit to his team. Very good performance. Turned into a very, very good fighter. Finding his personality, that is what it is. It was a bit strange, that the old you're not entertained, but I like it. He's got that Joe Joyce thing about him where you look at it and think, where the fuck has that come from? Do you know what I mean? But no, I like him. He's a good fighter.
He always looks very pleased when he drops a killer one.
He's happy. The smile's like ear to ear, innit? So big up Daniel and big up his dad. It takes a special bond to come through with something like that. Big up Don Charles. The whole team. I think they're all well deserving.